Okay, so if you're following this channel, you can tell, I normally tell you guys, when you design or during the design, make sure that what you're using is the inside diameter of a pipe and not otherwise. And today, what I want to achieve is to share with you a very simple way that I personally use when I want to get the exactly inside diameter of a given pipe. Of course, when I design a given irrigation or water supply project. Without further ado, let's get started. So this is the document that we are going to use. And if you can take a look, this document was extracted from ISO. And not just that, if you take a closer look to this document, we have some few information or key information that we can observe. Number one, we have here the outside diameter. Okay, we have the outside diameter, which is this column. And also we have the pressure rating. And not just that, we also have the material strength and also STR of a given pipe. Okay, so for this column, the same information. In short, if you want to use this document, what you need to have in your hand is, number one is outside diameter of a given pipe. And not just that, you also need to have the pressure rating or the nominal pressure of a given pipe. And lastly, you need to have the material type or the material strength. We normally use this chart for plastic pipes like HDPE and PVC, but you can even use for steel pipes as well. So let's proceed and see what we have. So if I run it, you can tell for now nothing is showing up. And if I go straight to map and I select links, so for links, I want to display the pipe diameter. You can tell we have several diameters here. And not just that, the font is quite small, okay, it's not visible. So what I need to do is to increase font first. And if I select font size, I want to use 10 instead of 7. Then I click OK. So you can tell what we are having here is not the inside diameter, okay, it's not the inside diameter, but rather this is outside diameter of the pipe. What we need to do is to replace this outside diameter with the appropriate inside diameter of these pipes. Okay, so let me go straight to the document, which for our case was this one. Let me start with this pipe here. So this one here is 110 millimeter. If I go straight to this chart and if I concentrate on the outside diameter, you can tell the 110 is around this area here. Remember, the outside diameter here is 110 millimeters. That is the first information. The next information that we need to have, as I told you, is the pressure rating. So for this pipe, what I intended to use is the pipe with pressure rating of PN 12.5. Okay, and not just that, the strength of the material is PE 100. Okay, that's all. So let me go straight to the document and see what we have. Okay, so if I go straight to this point, you can see we have the outside diameter, which for our case was 110 millimeter. So if I extend this row to find where the pressure rating of PN 12.5 is located, you can tell. So this is our column of interest. So the pressure rating here is 12.5 and the material strength is PE 100. This is exactly what we want. So if I go down to this area, this is ID, which represents the inside diameter. If I go down, you can tell we have here 92. So the ID, if I go down, you can tell we have 92.9. Okay, so instead of using 110 millimeter in my model, what I'm going to use is 92.9, of course, as the inside diameter of this particular pipe. Okay, so if I open my model again, so with these two pipes, this one here and this one, what I need to do is to replace these pipes values with 92.9, and again, if I select again this one here, I need to replace it with 92.9. Okay, 92.9. And again, we also have some other pipes, which is again this one, and this one. So for this one here, the outside diameter which I used was 75. So the outside diameter is 75 millimeter, which is this one. So if I extend this row, okay, all the way to PN 12.5 with PE 100, which is the pipe that I want, you can tell our column of interest is this one here. So if I selected the ID, you can tell this one here is the ID, which is 63.2. So instead of using 75 millimeter, which was outside diameter, I'm going to use 63.2. So if I go back to my model, I'm going to replace this here with, I'm going to replace this pipe with 63.2. Okay, 63.2, and also this one here, 63.2. And if I close this, so I also need to change these two pipes. Okay, so this one here, so the first pipe has the outside diameter of 63, which is exactly the same with the second pipe, which is again 63 millimeter as outside diameter. So let me go straight to this chart again. Let me select this pipe. So outside diameter, which is 63. If I extend this and all the way to PN 12.5, again, this is our column of interest. If I select ID, which present inside diameter, you can tell what we are supposed to use is 53, okay, instead of 63. So for my case, if I go straight to my model, I need to change these two pipes with 53, and again this one here with 53. Okay, if I close this, and again I will do the same for the rest of the pipes. And again this one here with 42.2. And lastly, what I need to do is to change for these ones here. So 32 as OD, I need to convert them to ID. But for this pipe, I want to use the PN10, just PN10. So if I select this, you can tell the appropriate inside diameter for this pipe, for PN10 pipe, is 27.1. So what I need to do is to replace these two pipes with 27.1. And again, this one here with 27.1, I think. Okay, so let me close this. So that is how we can get the internal diameter of a given pipe. But remember, this is the information that we derived from ISO document. But if you have the document in your area, let's say the design manual that contains this kind of information, please make use of that. And again, if you can get this kind of information from pipe manufacturers, please make use of that. But if you don't have at all, you can use this approach. I'll make sure that I include this document in the description below. Thank you, and I'll catch you in the next tutorial.